Why are there so many lost souls? Here's 5 points that I really want to discuss with you to understand why so many people feel as though they're disconnected, not just from who they are, not just from the universe, not just from people, not just from society, not from the world, and it's all because of these 5 points. So let's go through it. The first one is lost connection. We feel not connected to our mind, to our body, and to our soul. And why is this? It's because of what we're focusing on. What we are trying to achieve in life is making it harder for our mind and our body and our soul to become one. And when they become one is when we automatically flow and we automatically heal ourselves and we automatically help ourselves. We're never not disconnected, but the feeling that we get that we are disconnected is why we feel that life is just not happening for us. And so it's really important on what we focus on, because what we focus creates our reality. So if you're focusing on always being in debt or lack or worries or fears and everything, that is all that you're putting out to the universe. And so it's not just a change of mindset, it's a change of our complete or restarting ourselves back to who we are. And we'll go into that in a minute. So it's really important that you understand what you're vibrating, what you're putting out to the world, what you're thinking about is all creating this world that you are experiencing. And also, it's causing an overload for the mind, for the body, and for the soul. You are mostly water. And if you've seen any of the items on YouTube where what energy is put to water, it becomes, you'll then start to understand how it is so important. Your vessel is like a pure energy. It has all this it's neutral in the fact that it's part of everything. But you have this amazing energy, and because we're eating certain foods, we're drinking certain waters, we're always thinking a certain way, we're absorbing negativity, we're focusing, we're suppressing and our own inner self and who we are, it really is causing us to have major problems. Two is suppressed senses. That's a mouthful in itself. What do I mean by that? Well, your body, so you understand now that the mind is what it's putting out, and what it's trying to do is trying to basically get you to let go of all this negativity so the body can flow again, so it can automatically heal itself and everything like that. But number two is the senses of the body. So you touch, taste, feel, hear, see. These are all being overloaded with negativity. And what it is suppressing your senses, suppressing who you are. It's stopping you from being the person you are because you're losing your touch. You're losing your feelings. Your intuition and gut feelings is spirit world communicating. So you're losing your sense of guidance. You're losing your sense of what it feels like to be alive and enjoy life, because the minute you start to flow that and it starts to heal the body, you attract another one of your senses to be suppressed. And because we're not truly feeling, or we're not truly loving unconditionally, or we're not truly being in nature, what we're doing is we're suppressing our senses. We're stopping us feel who we are. And so then we can't be who we are. And so we try to be somebody else's life, or we try to do something else. And especially now, there's so many empaths out there that, and so many people are awakening to using their senses, that they struggle. They struggle to actually just get through life. And that's when all these illnesses come in, because you've created a disease on the body. You've stopped your body from easing, from being able to flow, because of all these senses that you're holding on to, and all this negativity that's just stopping the body from working. And so then you go the mind, the body, and then the soul. And then the soul can't help you because it attracts people, but you still have a free will and choice to do those sort of things. So if you're not even being who you are, or you're not doing what you love, or you're not being part of life's rich tapestry, what are you doing? You're becoming a lost soul. You're getting lost in your own illusions. You're getting lost in the negativity. You're getting lost in the thinking that you're not good enough. You're focusing on that which doesn't bring joy to your life, but makes you feel worse. And yes, you have to release by being sad. You have to release by letting go of fear. You have to release all this sort of thing, but we're not. And then as empaths, a lot of us are absorbing everybody else's rubbish as well as ours to attract, to let go of, but we don't. We fear. Yeah, it's easier to help other people, but to help ourselves, we've got to make sure our energy is flowing. That's over 75% of it's water. And so you've got to cleanse that energy so that the body can heal itself. Number 3 is not being who they are. We're talking about lost souls here. We so much are trying to fit into society and so much trying to survive in a world that is full of illusions and full of focus on that which doesn't bring peace to our lives, that we're not being who we are. If you've got to understand one thing, like the silence in the music, like nothing creates something. What I mean by that, there's more nothing in the world than there is something. But what it does is it completes it. It brings it balanced. And so if you're not playing your part, what you love to do, or what ignites you in the morning, or what makes you feel alive, or one of your senses, if you're a carer, the feeling of helping others and being part of someone's life and helping somebody, which helps you to help yourself, but that feeling you get from doing who you are, if you're a caring person, if you're a good listener, if you can paint a wonderful picture, if you can speak wonderful, if you could create poems, these are all igniting people to get connected again. And that is the reason that so many of us get so caught up in stars and superstars and everything, because for that brief moment, they take us away from what it is in life that's stopping us from being who we are. And so it's very important that you learn just to be who you are, because that is your part to play. Now, you can be who you are in anything, but what really resonates with you will mean that you will then be able to resonate with the energy that helps you to become part of everything, the oneness, the enlightenment. Because when you be who you are, you're doing your life's journey. You're spending more time in the energy that automatically heals, automatically helps, automatically flows. And that's why you feel so good. It's like when you're being in love with, you found somebody to share love with. What you're doing is you're expanding both energies, which making you feel alive. And you then, you want love, but then you become the energy of love, and then you're enjoying the energy of love. And then all of a sudden you become connected to enlightenment and oneness and being part of everything. And so it's so important to be who you are, because every single person has a part to play. And if everybody's trying to be everybody else, who's playing your part? You were born with this amazing ability to share your gift with the world. And it doesn't matter what gift it is. You could be a beacon of light. You can just support people. A lot of the times you don't even have to tell people anything, because you're that energy. You always know when you're around somebody who has got good energy. And it's often because they're doing part of their life is what they enjoy to do, what they love to do. They're being who they are. And that's why we so need people to be who they are, because so many people are lost trying to be something they're not, trying to focus on things that they think will make them, bring them peace, or show them who they are, or get some recognition, or get some attention. But this is false. This is not who you are. What you were born to do, what your parents, if you add what your parents are good at, you often find that you're the sort of combination of the both, and that's why you chose your parents, to give you that understanding and that lesson and one thing and another, even on a negative front, because it creates and molds you into the mannerisms and the person you are, that you can share the good part of you with the world. So it's very important to be who you are, and that's why so many souls are struggling, because they're trying to be something they're not. Number 4 is feeding the negative. Now this is so important. So many of us are focused on that which doesn't flow in life, that which causes us. We're more thinking about our fears and worries and doubts, our lack in life, not focusing on our appreciation, not focusing on enjoying, not focused on, we're so looking at, oh, poor me, and blaming somebody else and everything like that, that we're feeding into the illusional world. The illusional world that if you are rich, or you do a certain thing in life, or you're a superstar or whatever, then you will have the perfect life. What gets you into being the perfect life is you're enjoying the journey. You'll find that what gave you passion in the beginning, what set you off on that journey to be who you are, whether you want to be a superstar or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the journey that's so important, because it helps you to evolve and makes you into the person you are, and you can then play your part, or you can then share the magic that you found in your dreams, living the dream, you know. So it's so important that you stop feeding the negativity, because negativity is just as important as positivity. But when there's an overabundance of negativity, it causes illness on the body. When there's not balance in your life, when there's not peace in your life, when there's not love in your life, which unconditional love neutralizes negativity. That's why certain foods we eat, because it neutralizes, because we've got too much negativity in the body. And so that's why we're attracting to certain things in life. And so it's so important that you understand what you're feeding. Sit down and just think of all the negativity in your life and ask yourself, am I feeding any of this? Am I spending most of my time thinking about this? Or do I suppress this and then cause illness on the body because I'm so worried about this that I just disregard it and won't let it go, or won't even help to clear it, or won't even think about it? Do I meditate to release it? Do I go and sit in nature? Do I bring nature into my house so that it can automatically take my negativity away? You know, am I moaning to 10 people? Yes, the first moan might be needed to let go, but then you go and tell 10 other people, and what you don't understand is there's thousands of lines of connections then that you're absorbing yourself by attaching to people that are negative. You know, sometimes we do go to negative people to help them to clear out, and it also gives us opportunity to clear out our own stuff. But when we're feeding it, when we're attaching to it, then what we're doing is we're creating more problems for ourselves to deal with on the body. And that's why we're struggling to connect to our mind, body and soul, because we have too much negativity. Panic attacks, all these sort of things, you know, anxieties. This is because there's too much in the body, and the body's gone into the mode of either shutting you down by getting you to bed, or it's trying to release it the quickest way possible. And anger is a big cause of it. Those who suppress and hold on to this sort of negativity tend to then suddenly go rah, and it all comes out, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you know, these are all these triggers, these signs of there's too much negativity in the body, that you're not looking after yourself, you're not cleansing properly, you're not making sure that you're just feeding the negativity most of the time. And which is hard, because when you get ill, you do focus on being ill and the worry of it, but it's only there because you've held on to it or attached to it. Number 5 is not working from the heart. Now, this might seem a strange one, but let me just go into it and help you to understand this, okay? Your heart is connected close to the source of energy that's part of everything. So when you work with your heart, or you go with your heart, or you love with the heart, what you're doing is you're actually tapping into the universe, or you're tapping into that energy that's part of everything. And so when those who work with the heart, what they're doing is they will then feel the joy of working with the heart. So you've got to do what you love in life. Unconditional love neutralizes the energy. How many times have you loved your plants, your animals, and you felt good? Or you love being in nature, or you love people, and you felt good. Why? Because you've opened your heart chakra. You're working from the heart, as we say. And so you can, it doesn't matter what job you do, you can still enjoy, you can find ways to enjoy working. And then you're also working from the heart. You've got to keep filling up that heart with love. And so learning to love everything in life helps you to not suppress the heart. When the heart gets suppressed, you've got to imagine the heart is part of every part of your body. It's pumping blood to every part of your body. So if you're not working from the heart, then what you're doing is you're pumping around your body negative energy. Yeah? Are you getting the picture now? Your heart is connected to the source. And so when it vibrates the source, your whole body starts to heal. Your whole body starts to flow. It neutralizes negativity. So it's so important. That's why they say you've got to do what you love to do. You've got to work from the heart. You know? It's got to be who you are. Because that ignites the heart to work more. Yeah? That's why there's so much of people struggling. Because when I do like a past life, I can tell if the heart, because there's normally like the hairline crack is showing on the heart. And I know somebody has love issues. I know somebody has not healed that part of the heart. So go to my section on how to heal a broken heart on one of my audios, and that will help you. But the key is, the more you use your heart, the more you love everything in life, the more then it can heal itself. And if you want me to go into the past life and find out where the love issue is and heal that as well. And in childhood, there's also programs in childhood where if we don't feel loved or supported, we've got to bring balance to this heart chakra. Because the heart chakra is part of everything, every part of the body. And so if you're not working from the heart, then you seriously are going to find life a lot harder than it should be. And that's why you're going to crave more things in life, or to get yourself to switch off from your life because you don't love who you are and you don't love what you do.